Hi Tom.
Pleasure.
How you doing?
How are you, mate? You alright? Come in, pal.
Thanks, mate. Great to see you again today.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Tom, do you want to start off by telling us about yourself?
Well, my name's Thomas Turgoose. I was brought up in a town called Grimsby, which is like North East Lincolnshire, near Hull, Lincoln Way on. During school, I was not the pleasant, the most pleasant lad you'll ever meet. It's kind of one of them lads. I was always the class clown. Do you know what I mean? Just like a bit of a knobhead, really. But then, yeah, I mean, it wasn't long before secondary school before I was excluded from school, and I went to this great little project called the Space Project, just near Granthorne Park, just across town, and yeah, I was there for probably a year, 2 years, maybe more, 3 years, and it was the greatest thing ever. Like literally, they just used to take us paintballing, go-karting, and like I only did one day a week at school, and I was like, and I was only there for an hour. So like this place for me was like heaven. Do you know what I mean? Like it was paying for me to go paintballing, go-karting, all these amazing places, and just one day I walked around the corner and I saw a massive group of people, probably 100 kids my age, and I thought, okay, what's going on over there? Like scrap over there or something. So I went running over and I said to all the lads, like, what's going on here? And they said there was auditioning for a film, and it was a guy called Des Hamilton, who was casting that Shane had brought in to meet young kids who had never acted before. And Des Hamilton had said to me, oh, do you want to audition for a film? And I turned around and I said, well, I thought to myself, well, I'm never going to get the part, it's never going to happen, do you know what I mean? And I'm somehow from Grimsby, it's never going to happen. And I thought, well, I want something from it, do you know what I mean? I want a bit of money or something for auditioning. And I charged him a £5 for the audition. And I did the little audition tape, which is on YouTube. And then he'd shown that to Shane, and Shane Meadows, the director, this is England, he'd kind of just seen himself in me, like 20 years back. And then when Shane rang me saying, will you come to Nottingham and meet me? And I said, oh yeah, and if I can have a tenner. Do you know what I mean? It just kind of went on from there, and I got PlayStation games, and oh, you need to ring me, do you? You need a phone. He needs to find me a phone. So yeah, I've got phones, PlayStations, everything. But yeah, just ever since then, I've just just young. Yeah.
And how old were you like when you got that part? How old were you?
I would have been 13 when I got that. Yeah. Yeah.
And when you say at school, you had more of a troubled life at school. Can you pinpoint why that was? Why you gone through this turbulent time as a kid at school? I think it was just for the area I was brought up in. Well, the areas I kind of moved around. I lived on rough estates, kind of, because my mum was a single mum from when I was, well, like 6 months from when I was born, and she had 4 kids on her own, 4 boys. She had like my brother's now 26. There's one that's 27. There's one that's 25, and there's one that's 24, and there's obviously me that's 22. So she had all these young lads who was running riot. Do you know what I mean? And I think just air coping on her own was kind of difficult, but I give my credit to her, she did really well, do you know what I mean? She still took us to the beach on a weekend, and you know what I mean, a single mum getting 4 lads on a bus, it's never going to be easy, is it? And I think it was just the areas that we was brought up in, the only place that we could really live was Rough Estate. And I think I just got knocking about with the wrong kind of people, and it kind of affected me. With my relationship with my mum, I was never really a nice kid to anyone really. Until obviously I'd met Shane, and it turned my life around completely. And you know what I mean, if I could go back and change it all, I would. But the past is the past and whatnot. But I mean, yeah, it's just, I think it was just the people I knocked around with really in the estates that I was brought up on. But and you say that you hadn't acted before.
No.
Until you went for this audition.
No.
How difficult was that? I assume you don't know anyone that had acted before. You
have
no previous experience. How difficult was that? Difficult for you? Was that easy for you? How did you find it?
Well, I was just like, on my first couple of weeks of set, I was just, well, my first couple of days, I'd say, I literally just turned my life around over a couple of days. Wow. When I first got there, I thought, fucking hell, there's food here all day. What? Well, like as much Coca-Cola as I want, and I'm getting per diems, and I'm getting all this. I was like loving it. I was loving it, and then I just kind of got to meet all the gang properly, and you know, with Andrew Shim and Vicky McClure and especially Joe Gilgan, who plays Woody in This Is England. He was just like he was like me in a man's body. Do you know what I mean? He was just like a kid, and he always has been, and he always will be. And just just meeting all the gang, and you'll notice on screen that's exactly how we are off screen. Do you know what I mean? We all go out together, we all knock about as a gang, and yeah, I mean, I think that's what kind of made it easy for me. It was nerve-wracking, don't get me wrong, and I was always looking at the camera, and so I mean, I was doing that at first, but then you kind of pick little things up, and Shane's got this way of directing. He knows what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? He's done it before with Andrew Shim, who played Milky. He was trained. He went to a workshop, but he first worked with Andrew Shim on A Room for Romeo Brass, and Shimmy was the same as me when he was a kid. He was a nutter. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, Shane's got that way of working with him, but I think I'm mainly just down to the cast and all the crew, and yeah, it just kind of it was surreal. It was a mad world. But
were you in awe of the other actors? You know, Stephen Graham and Joe Gilgan and Vicky McClure, Andrew Shim. Were they like you? Were they also people that had not acted before, and this was a first for them to a large extent, or were you in awe of them? How was that for you?
Well, a lot of you'll find that Shane works with his cast a lot, and like Vicky, never worked with Stephen before, but like he worked with Vicky and Andrew Shim, and he works with all the cast kind of like the same cast will go on to a different job a lot of the time, which is lucky. Because, you know what I mean, what's better than working with Shane once, working with him twice. So it's brilliant. But I mean, the only kind of one that I really recognised, to be honest, was Stephen Graham, obviously from Snatch and everything like that. And I wasn't really bothered. I've never really been bothered by famous people. Never. It's just it doesn't faze me at all. No. The only people I've really been starstruck by was like soap stars. You know, like I met Les Battersby, Bruce Jones in Manchester Piccadilly, and I was just like, I called him Les. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it was just like like soap stars, people I grew up like. My mum always loved Coro and everything. So, but yeah, I mean, I've never really been faced by any of that.
I understand. Is it right that you and Andrew Shim are sort of close friends off of screen as well?
Yeah, I think me and Andrew, me and Shimmy, or Milky, I was called Milky. It's just we both are really into the same thing. We love going out, getting smashed, and just partying. And Michael Soccer tends to be like that as well. Who played Harvey, but he's away working all the time. He's been quite busy. Me and Shim are not so fortunate, so we've got a lot of time to get pissed. Yeah. But yeah, me and Shim, we always have. I mean, since day one, we've always got on really well. And I mean, we've had our little bickering arguments. We've known each other nearly 10 years. You know what I mean? But yeah, I love him to bits. Yeah, he's a good lad. He's diamond. Yeah, he is.
And how close would you say that Sean Field is to Thomas Turgoose? Is there similarity?
Yeah, I mean, there is quite a lot of similarities. I mean, there was I don't know. I mean, just the cheekiness of him. Like, you know what I mean? Even with a gang when he don't really know him that much, and he's never been scared of anyone. Like me, like I said, I brought up on the rough estates. You kind of, if someone's going to take the piss out of you, you're going to take the piss back. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. I mean, Sean's always been like that. And when someone's giving you shit about that, like, when even down to the point where, in the scene in This Is England where Harvey says something about Sean's dad, big massive lad, he's huge, he's not bothered, he'll run straight at you and he'll rip your head off. Which is kind of similar with me. Like now, my mum passed away when I was 14, not long just after the film, and I'll always remember there was this lad in school. And we was playing football and he'd said something about my mum. And he was fucking massive. But just like little things like that, just like remind me just of how Sean was. But yeah, I mean, it just kind of, and the group of lads as well, the gang that he's got. I've had that since I was young with my group of mates. Like we're all really close. And there's lasses and there's lads, and you know what I mean.
Did you realise that This Is England was going to be the gritty British film that it became at 13? Did you realise that was going to become what we all know it meant to be?
No, I mean, none of us did, really. I mean, the film script that I first read was nothing that you guys see on the TV. It was nothing like that. It was completely different. At the end, there was all a big... On the original script, there was a big fight scene on the beach, and Combo got took away by loads of Milky's family, and it was all a bit mad. And as we was making it, it was changing. Do you know what I mean? Like the script would be one day at night, then you'd go on set in the morning, and Shane would be like, changed a little bit. And you're like, oh, fucking hell, right. But yeah, I mean, that's what's great about working with Shane as well, is it's all improvised, so it all changes as you're going along. But
does that make it difficult from an actor's point of view, or is it an enjoyable?
It makes it so much easier, especially with us lot. You know, like I say, when me and Shimmy always go out and knowing all the gang, and like Shane will just put you in a room and just say, like, there's the core of the scene. This is what you need to get at. Go, and you're just like, oh. But then, like, all us lot are just like bang, 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 bouncing off each other, and that, you know what I mean? It's just like a lot of the greatest scenes in This Is England. 90% of This Is England is not scripted. You know what I mean? So it's brilliant. But like I said, no one knew what it was going to be like, and I think it was the first realisation of how good it was going to be was when we was at the British Independent Film Awards, and we got nominated for Best British Film, and I won the Newcomer Award. I think after that night we all just kind of thought, fucking hell, this is, you know what I mean? And then obviously with the BAFTA, and then we got the money for the series, and yeah, it's just gone mad. It's gone crazy. But yeah, like I say, we're all loving it. And we're all like so proud to be part of it.
So, did playing the part of Sean in This Is England, did the influences of the movie have a part to play in fashion and music in your life as well? Yeah,
majorly. I mean, before I got a part in This Is England, I never used to wear anything other than Adidas trackers and an hoodie and a pair of Reebok Classics. In the day, Classics was alright, weren't they? But yeah, I mean, I went on set and I was wearing all this, and I always had this daft woolly hat, and Stephen Graham made me take it off, so I never took it off, and he made me take it off, and he bought me a nice cap, and yeah, and for the music wise, Shimmy has always been one for his music, and we always used to chill around each other's, play the flats every night, and Shimmy used to play music, and then all his reggae, and he loves his hip hop and all that, and yeah, he's really into these different kinds of music. And even now, like, say if I'm at a party, my mates are like, oh, let me put this song on. I'm like, oh yeah, banging, yeah, go on, whack it on. And I really do listen to music now, and I'll listen to anything. I listen to rock and roll, listen to indie, I listen to hardcore music, because that's what I was brought up on. Do you know what I mean? But whereas anything, I just kind of listen to anything. And for clothes, like I say, I never used to take Adidas trackers off, whereas now, like, I'd not worn a pair of jeans until the British Independent Film Awards in like 2006. I've never worn a pair of jeans, and I might have done when I was a kid, but I never used to wear anything other than trackers.
You've obviously recently discovered our David Watts brand.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that, Thomas, when you first saw the collection?
Well, it was I can't remember what night it was, but I got an email saying about what, and I checked out the website, and just some of the clothes, I just love, like the everything's down to fine detail. Do you know what I mean? Like, even down to the belts, there's like little logos and writing, and it's just all kind of and it's got a great selection as well. Like, for me, I wouldn't go out and wear something that's massively funky, but it's also got a lot of other clothes that are for me as well. Do you know what I mean? Like we we was talking about, we was looking through some of the stuff, and yeah, some of it's really nice. It's good quality gear, really good quality gear.
Oh, that's great. Because you were particularly fond of the white monkey jacket, weren't you?
Yeah, I love the white monkey jacket. Yeah.
What was it about that you liked?
I don't know. It's something to look like you look at it, and like we talked about, you said you probably see it on a shelf and you'd be like, we'll probably get that filthy. But then you put it on and it's just the feel of wearing a nice, you know what I mean? It's just a nice, comfy feeling jacket, and it'll go with anything. Do you know what I mean? It'll kind of go with any kind of jeans you wear or.
And again, you like the attention to detail in that, like
exactly.
The inner lining.
I love the inner lining. Yes. The insides and that, gorgeous. Yeah.
Is there a word that you could use to describe your own personal fashion style, like 60s inspired? I don't know, skinhead style. Is there anything that sort of for you personally? Yeah, of a type of fashion that you always follow.
Type of fashion? No, I mean. No. You know what I mean? I still wear joggers all the time. I still got a pair of joggers and gazelles. You know what I mean? I wear that. But then I love my Converse. I love a bit of anything. Really. I mean, like I've got, like I say, I've got loads of different kind of styles. I've got chavvy gear. I've got that I'll just go to the gym in, or I've got like Arrington jackets that I'll go out in. I've got Fred Perry's, but then I've just got t-shirts like Armani ones, and you Yeah, just like kind of casual. I'm casual. I'm a casual kind of guy. But then I do like dipping into the mod kind of. You know, like I say, with like I've got a few Ben Sherman shirts and with a few Harringtons and yeah.
Talking about looking good, do you feel that there's anyone that you maybe in the public eye that you aspire to, that you think, oh, I really like the way he dresses, that's really good, and maybe has some influence on you personally?
I love the way Jake Bugg dresses again. I love the, you know what I mean, he loves a Fred Perry Harrington or like an Harrington jacket or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, just like a pair of skinny jeans and stuff. Yeah, I mean, probably Jake Bugg's a cool looking guy, I suppose. Yeah.
Do you look for price? Do you look for fit? Do you look for quality? Do you look for comfort when choosing your own personal fashion items? What do you look for?
I mean, obviously, price is a factor in anyone's life, you know. Well, unless you're bloody Justin Bieber and he's not bothered about paying for anything, is he? But I mean, like, yeah, there's the nice bits of clothes that I have got that cost me a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got a really really nice Stone Island coat that cost me like a lot of money, and when I put that on, I'm just like, oh yes, you know what I mean. And barber coats as well. I've got a couple of barber coats, and you know when you put them on, like there's just a nice feeling about wearing something. I mean, my girlfriend's the same as well. Like with her handbags and stuff, she loves her expensive handbags. But I mean, if I like it enough, I don't mind paying for it at all. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I quite like slim fit. I quite like slim fit stuff. Yeah. The credit card holder was brilliant, and I mean the design. It's something that you don't really see often around. And like we was talking about earlier on in previous conversation, he was saying about how I won't go out there and buy a wacky shirt. Do you know what I mean? Because you know, I mean, the design of this is pretty wacky, but still, it's something that was just really nice, and it's you know what I mean. It's just like a comfortable little thing, and it's really handy to whack in your pockets. You know what I mean? And with the belts are gorgeous, like really really nice leather materials, and yeah, great designs, quite moddy, quite good looking, and yeah, and obviously the watches are gorgeous as well. So.
Thank you. That's cool. And you also starred, didn't you, in a BBC drama series playing a character called Dizzy in the Innocence Project. Yeah. Was that an enjoyable experience for you as well?
Yeah, it was. That was the second job I ever went on to. And it was. This was when everything was going mad for me. You know, I was up and down to London with my dad doing interviews, and Stephen Graham rang me and he said, I want you to be in Manchester at Beverly. I think it was Beverly Key. I'm sure it was. Who cast it? And he said, because obviously I'd never learned a script to read, to do an audition. So I was like, oh god, I didn't really know what I was doing. But I was in my cheeky stage, and I won't bother. Do you know what I mean? I'll go in there and I'll blag anything. So I'm good at blagging stuff. And I went in and I was sat there, and in the audition I was on tape, and my phone rang. I was like, in the middle of an audition now, I'd just be like, fuck. But I was there and I answered it. I was in the middle of the scene, and it was Shane Meadows that rang me during the audition, and I was chatting, and I was like, I'm Ratka, I'm in an audition anyway. But yeah, and then on the way home from there, I'd let them go home, and they rang me saying, you've got the part, and obviously I knew I'd be working with Stephen again, so I was buzzing with that. And again, this is before I really got into wearing jeans. Dizzy was kind of a lad who wore a flat cap, and he had his hoodie on, and trackies, and gorgeous trainers. Must have given 400 quid worth of clothes. Give me it. I was like, buzzing. But yeah, it was a good little job, and I worked with a great actor called Luke Treadaway, who's amazing. You know, I bump into him all the time, and yeah, he's a really really nice guy. So yeah, that was a good little job to do. And I was in a gorgeous hotel in Manchester, and for me, obviously, it was just like heaven. I was living the life, living my dream.
And then through 2008, you did Somers Town and Eden Lake, and followed by, in 2009, the Scouting book for boys. Yeah. So you were very busy, very busy. That must have felt fantastic.
Yeah, it was. It was great. It was really good. I mean, when I think I went on to Eden Lake, if I'm not mistaken. I worked on Eden Lake with again great actors, really really good job to do, and it was an experience. It was the first horror film. And you know, with all the blood, and I had to have a prosthetic head because my character gets stabbed in the neck, and they had to make this fake head of me, and it's like the whole experience. I was just like, this is mad, and it was all new to me. It was all raw, and then literally as the day I finished filming Eden Lake, Shane rang me saying, "Will you come into Central London? I want you to read for this part." Well, not so much read. He just wanted to speak to me about this part, and that was for Tomo in Somerstown. So I literally never even came home from London on the back of Eden Lake. I think I come over like 2 days, straight back on the train to London to film Somerstown. Yeah, that was mad. And again, to work with Shane, that was all improvised. I worked with Piotr Jagiello. I don't know how to pronounce his second name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he was Polish and he was good. He could speak great English, but for him to come over to here and listen to my accent, I mean, people in London can't really understand what I'm talking about because of my accent. And he's just, for him to come and improvise with me, it's brilliant. So that was a good one. And then yeah, Scouting Book, that was a great laugh. That was good. I lived in a caravan site in Norfolk for like 7 weeks. Loved it. It was great. Yeah, that was a good laugh.
And then Cast Off's also in 2009 as well.
Yeah. God, that was a great little job. It was good. It was a good laugh. Again, that was something completely different. I mean, meeting I think he's the guy who played my dad, Matt, who was obviously the guy with, I can't remember the disability that he had, but he was a warrior. He was just like the nicest bloke in the world, and he never ever let anything that life was thrown at him get him down. Do you know what I mean? He just got on with life, and he'd tell you some stories that you'd think not even people with a disability could get up to. And you're like, fucking good lad, fair play on you. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, that was a good little job. Yeah, it was good. The rap party was about one of the highlights of my life.
Really? Yeah,
it was a good rap party. It's just a mad little. Because I was only, how old was I? I don't even know if I was. I think I might have been 18, but I never took my ID with me, so I couldn't go out on the piss. So we ended up just having a rap party back at the producer's house, and it was just a mad night. It was good.
Fantastic, memorable occasion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
brilliant. Then came This Is England '86 in 2010, and This Is England '88 in 2011. Both TV miniseries. What was it like getting back with the guys again? Was that special?
Yeah, it was. It was amazing. It was something that we all got a phone call saying, "Do you want about the idea?" And we all kind of, like me personally, I thought, I don't know. But then we all went to Sheffield and we met up in Sheffield.
Why were you slightly, wavering about it? Were you...
Just because I couldn't see where they'd take it. To be honest.
Okay.
I couldn't see where it'd go.
Okay.
Obviously, I was never in a million years going to say no. It never crossed my mind. Sure. But I just thought, what's all this? And I thought it's an idea and it's probably not going to come up. And then we got the phone call saying come to Sheffield for the read through, and seeing all the guys again, like within 2 minutes, we was all just like back together. Do you know what I mean? It's like we'd not been apart for like 3-4 years, and of course I wasn't 18 for Cast Offs. That's what I remember. This time I was 18.
Yes.
So we was in Sheffield. We was all 18, and we had these gorgeous apartments, and just absolute madness for like, I think for 86 we was there for like 7 weeks, and just crazy. Yeah, but amazing at the same time, and such good laugh to do. Yeah, it was good fun. Like, you can put us all in a room and we'll have a night of anything. In here we'd all have a great night.
And did you feel that the progression of Sean's character was on track and where it should be?
Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, it was good because I'd been studying college as well. I'd been at college doing photography, and Sean had been going to college. I mean, just kind of all the things that we'd all been doing just kind of fell into place. It was a bit mad. I think Shane will give you Shane will give you. He'll get you in before he's writing it, and he'll give you just like an A4. He does some of the maddest exercises like you wouldn't believe. You'd think, a lot of the time we do think, what are we doing this for? But then he comes away and he's writing these amazing episodes. Just all works. But I mean, there's always one. I think we do get a lot of input in what is said, what is for our characters' futures, because he'll just give us a bit of paper and we'll write. He'll say what's Sean been up to over the last 12 months, and you'll write that and you'll do this and do and whatever you think you've been up to, and then you'll give it to him and he'll take it away and he'll he'll work with what's in his mind, what's on your mind, and he'll just create this masterpiece, which is just something that's no other director's got no one I've worked with anyway.
And so you've got This Is England 90 coming up.
Yeah.
That's going to be filmed this year.
Hopefully, we don't know yet, but hopefully this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If that is filmed this year, do you have any idea? Will that come out this year?
No.
Okay.
Even if we filmed it.
Okay.
Even if we filmed it 2 months ago, it won't be out this year.
Oh, okay.
Because Shane's a perfectionist when it comes to grading and editing. He can sit in an edit room for 3 days straight until he gets the right kind of grade. Do you know what I mean? He's a perfectionist, so it won't be this year. I can't see it unless by some miracle we start filming tomorrow and we get a super editor in. But no, I don't think it's this year.
Okay. Tom, it's been absolutely fantastic catching up with you again today.
Always a pleasure.
You did say to me that you'd organised something for a prize for our website and our David Watts customers. Did you get anything?
Yeah, I did indeed. I found this in my dad's wardrobe. It's an old T-shirt.
Wow, that's fantastic.
From when I was literally, look how little I used to be.
Can't believe that's you.
Never fit me now.
Amazing.
So I thought, just something for them. I'll whack the signature on there. So, yeah, that's to say thank you.
Brilliant.
There you go.
That's great, Thomas. Thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers.